Hello everyone, it's Leo, and we finally have news concerning PreCure Miracle Leap, the All Stars movie of 2020. Yes, this movie has been postponed indefinitely, but we finally have a release date for this movie. Let's check it out together. I know the quality of this image isn't the best, but we finally have the date, the release date of Miracle Leap in cinemas in Japan. It is happening in October 31. Yes, very late October, but finally we have a date for this movie to go. But this image shows something even more interesting that we can talk about more in this video, which is the Healing Good Precure movie. Yes, we were debating whether Healing Good was going to have a movie or not. It is. Girl, it is having a movie that we can see here. And in this image, we can also see that it's happening in 2021. Yes, next year, we're gonna have a Healing Good Precure movie. Okay, so what does this mean for us Precure fans? If you're part of the Precure fandom, you probably know this, but if you're not, let's explain how the movies in Precure work. Usually, in the latest years, we've been having two Precure movies in each year. We have one All Stars movie in March and one movie focused on the actual season in October. Obviously, 2020 is changing everything. All the plans have been different. Everything that's been going on is being changed. And with Precure, it's no different. We had the hiatus in Healing Good Precure, and it's changing how the season is shaping up. The last we know is that Toy was not decided yet if they were going to postpone the next Precure season or if they were going to finish Healing Good Precure with less episodes than the previous ones. They didn't want to push the next season forward, but they also did not want to do Healing Good Precure with less episodes. So they were still debating what they were doing. So, based on this new information that the new Healing Good Precure movie is going to air in 2021, what can we think about that? First of all, usually a new Precure season starts in February, right? What is happening this time is that we don't really know if the next season is starting in February or if it's starting late because we're gonna have a full season of Healing Good Precure or not. We don't know much about it. So what could happen is that this movie could premiere in movies in Japan in January, right when Healing Good is supposed to end. Or maybe it could air after the season is already over. We never know. The fact is, this makes me believe that the Healing Good Precure season is going to last a little longer, and the next Precure season from 2021 is going to start airing maybe in March, in April, I don't know. Because there is another thing that we need to think about. Toei Animation is the one that does Precure, but Toei Animation is also releasing another movie in next year, in the first months of 2021, which is also a Magical Girl movie, even though the public isn't exactly the same. I mean, what is happening is that next year we are going to have Sailor Moon. Yes, Sailor Moon is going to go back to the cinemas with Sailor Moon Eternal. And Sailor Moon Eternal is going to be a series of two movies telling the story of the Dead Moon arc, the Dead Moon Circus arc, I'm sorry. And in these movies, we were going to have one movie airing, the first movie airing in 2020, and the second movie airing in 2021. But what happens is that because of the pandemic, they also had to postpone the release of the first movie. And what happens is both of the Sailor Moon Eternal movies are now airing in Japan in 2021. The first one is going to air in January, and the second one is going to air in February. Very, very close to each other. So I really don't think that Toei Animation wants to put so much at the same time. That is why I believe the Healing Good Precure solo movie is going to air in March. This is totally me. This is totally speculation. I have absolutely no idea what they are thinking about it. The fact is, that's what I believe. Because even though, as I said, even though the public is not exactly the same, they could also bring children to watch Sailor Moon in the cinemas. Because when Sailor Moon Crystal was announced back then, 2015, 2015, 2014, I don't remember. They said that the focus of Sailor Moon Crystal and Eternal by by association, was the people that grew up with Sailor Moon and now are adults, most specifically adult women who grew up with Sailor Moon. So that's what their focus was and probably still is. But when you're thinking about money, you want to reach as many people as possible. So if you have Sailor Moon and PreCure at the same time in cinemas, the public might be a little divided. If you have only one movie airing at the time, more people can go, more people can enjoy something. And specifically, I think that if people like the Sailor Moon Eternal movies, like after they watch the second one, they might think, oh my god, I'm missing my magical girl dose in cinemas. And they might go watch the PreCure movie as well. I mean, why not think about that when you're trying to bring more people to watch your movies, right? And one more thing, not related to PreCure now, but mostly related to Sailor Moon. If you still think this movie is gonna have great animation, I mean, tone down your expectations because we're talking about a movie that is being done by Studio Dean. It is done by Toei Animation and Studio Dean. By all of the studios that Toei Animation could work with, they chose Studio Dean. And I don't know if you've seen the latest productions of Studio Dean, but girl, if we have anything close to what we had in the first and second seasons of Sailor Moon Crystal, we should be thankful. Because the Studio Dean productions lately have been even worse than that. But yes, let's go back to PreCure. Let's go back to Miracle Leap. Finally, we're going to have the Miracle Leap movie in cinemas. Unfortunately, it's still going to take a while, but I hope that up until then, things are better in Japan. The pandemic is more controlled and people can be able to go to the cinemas with no worries. And Healing Good PreCure movie in 2021. Lots of things to think about, lots of things to consider. I think that this movie is going to air in March, and the next PreCure season is going to start airing in April. That is my take. That is my take. Am I wrong? Am I right? I have no idea. But based on those dates, I don't think they will put Sailor Moon Eternal and Healing Good PreCure together in the cinemas at the same time. Unless they do a bundle. You know, you buy the 2 tickets together and you get a toy and you get like a special something, a card. I don't know. Maybe they might. You know, it's both movies are being done by Toei Animation. Why not do this? One movie helps the other, right? Maybe like the first part of Sailor Moon Eternal, you go watch Sailor Moon Eternal and Healing Good PreCure movie, you get a special prize. Why not? If this movie happens in January, if the Healing Good movie happens in January, maybe the next season is not going to be postponed by much. I mean, they could air this movie right when the Healing Good PreCure season is ending, or maybe they could air the movie while the next season is starting for people that miss Healing Good PreCure, like for them to feel that Healing Good PreCure fantasy even more. So like, okay, I'm so sad Healing Good PreCure's over, but wait, there is the movie on the cinemas for me to hold on. And I believe that this can also be a good thing, right? I mean, I have no idea what Toei Animation is thinking. I have no idea what people are, you know, what's going on in their minds right now. But my belief is that the next season is going to be postponed for a little, maybe 1 month, maybe 2 months. And the Healing Good PreCure movie is going to be in March. So that it doesn't go together with the Sailor Moon Eternal movies. I mean, I don't think they're directly competing, but having 2 movies from the same studio at the same time might be prejudicial. I don't know. I don't know how this is in terms of marketing, in terms of money, if this is beneficial or if this is not beneficial. But I think it's not. So like, I'm not a professional, so my opinion. It's just my opinion. It's not an expert opinion. It's just a regular opinion that you're going to listen to on the internet and forget on the next 10 seconds. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, everybody, I really want to hear from you. What do you think it's going to happen? What do you think the Healing Good PreCure movie in 2021 means? When do you think this movie is going to air in Japan? Do you think that it's happening right together with Sailor Moon Eternal, or do you think it's going to be after? Do you think that the next season is going to be postponed because of that? Please leave a comment with your takes on this topic. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everybody that supports Magical Cinema. Thank you so much for believing in me and liking what I do. And thank you so much for watching. And until next time, bye bye.